Hey, Metaphysical Mama. Welcome, welcome. Let's see if I can balance you right there. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully that's all right. I'm just going to do a quick reading because I know, I'm aware, a lot of us need it. So, I just shuffled my Starseed Oracle deck. And please like, subscribe, and ding the little belly bell, and share if you know someone that could use this as well. So we have Star Bathing at the bottom of the deck, which is light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation, which is definitely what we are absolutely experiencing. We've been experiencing since, 2016 was the jump off, and I know I'm feeling quite nauseous on and off, so I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that. I keep getting like nausea feeling. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And that's what I just did a video right before this, speaking a lot of this. The heart chakra is opening, and we're being hit with a lot of corona mass ejections, and we have K2, the comet, that's, flown by on, I think, the 15th. And, sorry, I'm going to have to get a little something there to prop up. Let's see how this works. And so, that is in turn, raining down light codes. So this is absolutely, light body crystal grid transmission. Coming in hot. Coming in hot and heavy. Hot and heavy for you. From me to you, Pinky Lou. Come on, work with me here. I'm like trying my best. Oh, I just put you in the hole. Put you in the hole. Sorry. Here you are. I'm just gonna leave it alone. We'll leave well enough alone. I need a little sip of water though. It's like 93 degrees out already, and it's 10 a.m. It's super hot out. Feeling hot, hot, hot. So we also have the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So again, going within to experience your gifts. And we have the cosmic heart and earthed, right? So this is the opening of the heart chakra, the cosmic heart. So it's going to feel to many like you're having heart palpitations, like a heart attack. Drink water, rest. 303. You may get a little dizzy at times. Your nose may run. That was just sweat upon my lip because it's so hot out here. Sorry. So the cosmic heart is devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. So when we see things that are negative, we're going to experience them, right? Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. I love these cards. So if you can image yourself in your mind's eye just like that, I know that you're safe while you're having your earthly experience and your cosmic heart awakening, right? And star bathing, right? The sun is a star. Star bathing. Get out in nature, right? Get bare feet. I'm not in the grass presently, but it's good, even better to be in the grass. Which I will go over there in a little bit. Not right there, but so sit by some water, right? Clear your mind. If you can't do that, take a bath. Take an Epsom salt bath. Put some oil or some flowers in your bath, right? Do something to make yourself, to pamper yourself, sorry guys, make yourself feel a little bit better, right? This is about nurturing and taking care of you at these times. It's really important that you do that. It's not about being there for everybody else, making everybody else happy. This is about getting on the path of healing and taking that very seriously, not like, oh, so Because if you're strict and if you don't flow with the wind and allow time and space for things to process, right, that's when we become rigid, okay, and that's when our bows can break. So we want to be fluid and be able to flow, right, like the wind blows the trees, the branches in the trees, right, being the eye of the storm, right, the center of gravity. Right? And it takes a lot. This is a lot of master alchemy. So good job. You're doing amazing. And I'm so grateful that, look, portal, that you're here and I'm here and we're all doing this together. And you're not alone. Don't think for a second that you're alone. 555. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. And just take a look at how beautiful that card is. Very fluid, no straight, rigid lines. You don't have to be anything except what you are. And who and what you are is amazing and beautiful. And never forget also for a second that you are a star. Right? The rewards are within. The kingdom of God is within. So if we're out looking for rewards, looking for a man, looking for a woman, there's all these, it's like, oh, they're supposed, that's not where you're going to find your peace, the peace that's missing. So you have peace. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Hell yeah. I love our Star Brothers. They need big hugs. Send big hugs. They've been, right, having to feel like a man for so long. I was like, it's okay. But they also don't have to come tell us all they're like, great. It's like, but they need to know that they have a safe place to gather with like-minded, right? Where do we gather? And let that shit go. So that they can raise their inner child, their Horus, right? Or Osiris can take his rightful seat at the throne, at the pineal gland, right? The sun rises, Horus rises up. You got the love. You got the love. How does that song go? Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. I'm going to actually read that card. It was just 808 because that's huge and that's what we're trying to come out of. Because it's hard to know, right, where one ends and one begins in all the relationships that we're in. Okay? I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. I don't know if I was talking about that in this video or the one I just did prior to this, I think. About exactly, I just said destiny is different than fate. And when others are trying to manipulate and interfere with others' destiny and have switched things around and coming from jealousy and envy, etc. No, butterfly. Again, yeah. We have a soul plan. And nothing can trump God. You know, others wanting to be God and making sacrifices at an altar and altering things, again, etc. We're coming out of that time. So again, we don't have to be like, oh, they, whatever they, whatever they did, whatever they did. And they're going to, right, they have to go through their confession and their, so that they can also be cleaned. That's really important. To not come from a judgmental place. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Allowing things to blossom on their own naturally. I was just discussing that too. It can be very dangerous to awaken, to try to wake someone else up or think that they're supposed to be at a certain place when we are and all this. It's like, this is where it's like we have to allow things to bloom like a lotus coming up from the mud, naturally. A star is born in the dark. A baby is born in the dark. A seed is born and comes from underneath in the soil, in the dark. So we're not going to know where it's going to pop up or how. We just have to allow it to happen now. And within ourselves. Really important that you give you that time and space and nurturing energy that you need. The seas of Mintaka. Isn't Mintaka one of the Orion's belt? I think it might be on Orion's belt. Seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. And our star brothers work with the unconscious, and then like Lilith and what have you is like great subconscious. 1044. So let's read You Got the Love, because I want to read about the codependency. So coming out of, right, codependency and becoming more of an independent thinker is very important. Will be 128, which is 11. 1, 2, and 8 equal 11. So vibrations of 1, 2, and 8, and all the combinations thereof. Okay. You got the love, you got the look. That was the song. Hadarian energy, codependency and boundaries, right? So it's like the mess in our heads. But if I don't do this, then they're going to be mad. If I stop doing that, then they're going to think, maybe if I change my whatever, I won't be accepted. I don't know what to do, right? All that stuff that we get trapped up in, and I do too. Little butterflies hanging around. He's so cute and tiny. Oh my gosh, it's so hot out. This is going to be short and sweet, guys, for once. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love, who see love in all people and situations, like an empath. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. Totally. I keep saying that to my friend. Like, it's like, you know, we see the soul, like the inner child of people. So it's like, I see your, and it's like, and then that can be very uncomfortable for others, especially as we've been human adults walking around like, and forgot about those things in the past. And we're like, hey, you forgot this, or like, I see that pain in you. And then they're like, no, it's not, or that's not what it is, or I don't want to talk about that. And it's like, oh, okay, great. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. Yes, we do. Right off the cliff. Like dolphins. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body. To learn to love first and then establish healthy relationships with others. I can very much relate to this. You? Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you do. To remember that the love they seek is already within them. That they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card, oh, I have a nice little breeze coming. That was like a, and a confirmation message. Eve. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self, or maybe you've been in one for a long time thinking that's where you're supposed to be. And it doesn't mean like, oh, I knew it and jump out of it, but it's like just slowly give yourself permission to give yourself as much love as you've been putting into that relationship, that maybe you're not getting exactly what you need back. Are you using hope and expectations for so long and wishing, right, one day they're going to see, one day they're going to change, right? And I know what that's like. I've learned I'm still like that, like we're reading right now, in a sense, right? Innocence, in a sense, 1441. However, I have more, not like, oh, I'm so much smarter or better, but I've been through narcissistic, codependent, addictive relationships my whole life. I was born into it. So toxicity is my middle name, and chaos is my game, unfortunately. And not, you know, it's like little snippets in a series of unfortunate events. So it's like some of us, right, are able to do things more on a human level, and some of us are like, woohoo! We get excited when there's going to be expansion in the conscience, and we dive right in. Right? It's like people that like to, right, that, like I smoke a lot of herb. It's high alkaline. Like I say often, it's like that's my food. That's part of my diet, my food, my intake, like what I need for me in order to vibrate at the level I like to be. Not to get high, not, because that's not, it's like right, it's not about that. That's why it's like, if you smoke, why do you smoke? If you smoke cigarettes, why do you smoke? Are you anxious? Are you like, I need a cigarette, or are you aware that you're, right, like a shaman in certain energy, and I just use that word very loosely, right, shaman, or one that is, right, like spiritually in tune, and we're transmuting energy, right, where there's smoke, there's fire, right, a motherfucking liar. Shadows, same as vapors. Smoke creates a shadow. A flame from a fire does not. Little hints there. Helmet of Hermes. Oh, Hades. Oh, does Hermes have Hades' helmet? Pluto used to run, or wait. Yeah, Scorpio, and now Mars does. Two brothers, Enki and Enlil. Something to think about, or allow some light code, crystal grid transmission to come up and through, and see just what that naturally means to you. Maybe you want to look something up, a word, a story. Don't get too stuck in one story or one belief. Don't forget, I said Jesus come like a thief in the middle of the night. Alright, the message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common, and we all have. We've all lost sense of self because we've all been in the government, adopted by the governmental father, under the capital G's, right? The cappies, etc. But don't think for a second that they don't want you to bloom naturally. It's if we go like, oh, trying to make a point and come with like, then it's like, whoa. That's not coming with respect for what's been paved for us to, right, go on this journey, this Ishtar egg hunt. Right, we're hunting and gathering, like blindfolded in the dark, to find our cosmic egg. And once you do, you can use it to encapsulate you and keep you safe. It's like a rainbow crystal egg. In your mind's eye, you can sit in that egg, and whatever comes naturally to you, know you're safe. Maybe have God's hands around that egg. Have it in your, however, where your safe place is. And connect with your star grid. And just allow what needs to be taken away. It's like disk cleanup and defragment, and then restart and reboot today. Woo woo. Because we are a quantum computer, right? Our brain is like a sponge absorbing all this information. Our whole body is a sponge, right? The skin is the largest organ, Hadarian, energy, that the organ that we're in, that we're living inside of, like a big sponge. So all the things that we're absorbing, right, our hair, like antennas, the hair on our body, so everything that and things that are coming up from the underground and traveling up through our left leg, like the pyramids, right, generators, energy comes from the underground. So it's coming up, traveling through us at all times, right? And then, oh, I have a thought and a feeling. It's like, or they're raining down on us from the cosmos, like a big teapot pouring into our crown. Or just swirling around, right? All the thoughts and feelings that we all let out. It's like, right, like steam coming out of our head, right? It's like cosmic farts. That's what makes up the world, right? The thoughts and the feelings that are leaking out and they're swirling around. So what we're going to allow ourselves to be part of and attached to, or just be a witness of, because sometimes it's like, right, we're like, I'm sitting outside right now, I can't absorb every single thing that is going on consciously, right? I'm not having a conscious thought about every single thing that I'm seeing in front of me right now, but I do my best. That's why I jump all over the place, because what's coming in, what's coming out and through and around, right, and swirling through the currents, right, the air and the water waves, the currencies, right, we pick up on. So it's not about logic. It's like, oh, right, there's a truck over there, I'm sitting here, right, I'm holding my little book in my hands, I'm gonna finish reading. Right, there's trees in front of me, there's usually some really cool squirrels that hang around me, and they're so cutie. Who runs the world? Squirrels. And they forget where they store and stash half their nuts. Which I find comforting. Okay. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level, right? And then that's when other humans can be like, you know, why are they with them, or da-da-da-da-da. But it's like our souls have contracts, and like on a deeper level, whatever's going on the surface, there's a lot, right, beneath the remains, underneath the skin, what's going on, what's been going on, what's happened throughout all of our lives, lifetimes, etc., that's been built up like plaque, right? Was Solomon built again? Okay. There are two ways to go. Either way, or you can choose none. You don't have to make a decision. 3 frogs are on a log. One makes a decision to jump off. How many frogs are on a log? A friend, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. His name wasn't Jeremiah, his name was Justin. But a friend of mine, Justin, shared that riddle with me a long time ago, and I was like, whoa, that's so good. And it stuck. Alright? Like glue. It stuck with me. Because it's so true. 3 frogs are on a log. One makes a decision to jump off. How many frogs are on a log? It's common. Okay, wait. Yeah. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive. Could be work. Could just be in general, right? We're just used to doing that because it's like, oh, I feel bad, or I can handle it, or they're going to get mad if I say no because they're used to me doing that. I'll just do it because it's not worth the fight, and da-da-da-da. Everything will be all right, right? Don't do that no more. Don't do that anymore. Don't keep talking yourself into not loving yourself and giving yourself that same respect and honor that we imaginarily are like, oh, but if it, because that's how we're setting ourselves up for failure too, and creating monsters, because we're not being honest with ourselves or them then, because we're afraid that they're going to know our real response or our truth, So then we're just playing the mask game and putting a fake face on, and everything's all just great and fine. And no, it's not. And it doesn't mean we need to be like, everything you do sucks and everything I do is better and I do more than you and blah, blah, blah. It's not like, don't do that either. Especially if you're like, right, the king is in the counting house, counting all the money. Don't be counting. Right? But it's like, if it's like, all right, hey there, wait a minute. It's like, things ain't right here. It's like, I'm holding this much rope and you in your mind, right? It's like, you gotta do the measurement. And then it's like, if things ain't really, it's like, okay, now just acknowledge that. And it's like, please can I have some clarity on how to loosen myself a little, right? Unbind the ties that bind us, that imprison us. How the fuck do I get out of this? Can I please have some clarity and some transparency, right? Because I'm a little stuck. So once you admit that and can like say that, oh my God, you're gonna have a little movement. It's like, right, when traffic frees up. It's like, stuck in traffic, it's Friday, it's hot, ain't no AC, this sucks, I don't know how I'm gonna be out here making freaking pennies to the dollar, right? Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm stuck in traffic, gas is so expensive. Stress is a killer. So when we start discarding what we don't need, it's like, I don't need to know what it is. Just make room and get whatever needs to be taken out of the way presently that I may not see. Just allow that to be. And then breathe. And make room for it. And that's it. Don't expect, don't hope, don't count. Right? It's not like just do nothing. But as you're coming into awareness of seeing where you, right, blend right into the codependent waters of another, or attach, or allow someone else to attach to you so easily, or feel that it's your responsibility because it's always been, or that's your name or your title or what you're supposed to do. It's like, okay, hold on, that's what I've been doing, but now I'm coming into more of, right, the cosmic heart, the star keeper. The universe is inside of you. The kingdom of God is inside of you, right? Like a big jump rope around you. The you. Right? What's inside of your cup? What have you been carrying around in there for so long? What do you feel stuck in or trapped in? Right? Just acknowledging it. Not, oh my God, now I have to, like, don't panic and freak out. Breathe, because this is the labor pains of Eve, where we're acknowledging our feelings, right? Energy in motion, traveling through, and we're allowing it to come through, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Because we're allowing things to die we no longer need, and we're allowing energy to connect, right? Star bathing. Again, connecting with the cosmic grid, the crystal grid, right? So allowing the different, right, your central nervous system, as energy comes up and is getting rained down, again, corona mass ejections, solar flares, and they're coming through the electromagnetic field of our earth, which are of our bodies, our crown chakras, our coronas, right? Like, I'm a little teapot. We're getting rained down, even if we may not see it with our eyes. But I mean, we see this, right? It's like, you could see the rainbowy stuff with the sun, like when we, right, or what's really cool too, if you look on your phone, you ever look in reverse on your phone, like when you're looking at your phone and the sun's behind you, and it reflects into the phone and shows you the dark rainbow? I love that. So allowing those transmissions to come in and through, and then the solar plexus as well is attached to the gut. So the gut and the crown are always in communication, right? Along with Mercury that rises up and down, right? The great communicator. And then, big red truck just got me so distracted. Just lost my whole train of thought. Choo choo. Ha ha. Somebody change the lanes there. Brum brum. Mouse on a motorcycle. Alright, let me finish reading this. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious. Or wait a little. Or perhaps there's a certain validity to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. Totally, especially if we're not sure of like certain steps. It's like I see those steps, but we're missing the first section of steps. So so either we have to jump and dive in, or we have to wait for the steps to be built or there for us to walk upon. So if they're not there yet, it's okay, they're not there yet. You don't have to jump. How many frogs are on a log? Wait till Simon says. Okay. So perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain validity to it and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. And those that have attached to us with us unwillingly, we're going to say, we love you, and just dissolve that and turn that into neutral free energy. And thank you so much for your care and concern and participation. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. Big keys right there. Again, it's like, oh, then they're going to be mad. Oh, then now I have to do this in order to do that. Right, so once we choose to deceive, what a tangled web we weave. So don't deceive yourself. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. Very important. Starseed Soul Inquiry. So homework. Today's Happy Friday. So whenever you're here, welcome, night or day, and whatever day it may be, you're here at the right time it is, in the here and now frequency. So do you lose yourself in a relationship? Or do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? Yeah, absolutely. How? Sometimes. But I always look at it too, like I get lost for a little while, but then I gain a whole nother perspective and part of myself, right? So it's like, you gotta allow that, again, breath to come back in. We don't just breathe one way. Right, I gotta go out and then come back in. And then allow that energy to settle. And sometimes I may have to experience that, right, more than once in order to, right, recognize it, become familiar with it, and then, right, know my part, and then leave the rest with love. And again, right, alchemize that free energy. That's it. If so, how can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Whoa, it's hot. And let's read the Seas of Mintaka too. And then we'll close out. Then I shall bid you adieu. Page 98, 17. I've come up quite a bit today. Already. 17. What time is it now? We're already 33 minutes in. Good number. 33 parts of the spine, 33 degrees. Well, Jesus also 33. Lots of 33s. Third. 99. 0.5 at the bottom, 0.5 above. With love. 5. Okay. The Seas of Mintaka. And this is a nice picture, especially since it's so hot out here. It's getting hot in here. Okay. The Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential. Hey, how are you? Oh my gosh. It's like, I'm just letting it be what it is. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, these days are hot. We have to work. That's.
I know. Yeah, we got long sleeves on and stuff.
No, because for the sun, you know, when you work in the sun, that helps. And this, when you you get everything here, so I just cover a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's right the
Yeah. It's funny
opposite.
heat sitting here.
I can go inside if I need though, right? Yeah.
You're having a good life. That's what it is.
We're all trying to. We're
Yeah.
getting there. We're all swimming through the.
Yeah. So what do you do during the day? Just relax.
I'm actually doing a video right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
to bother
no,
you.
they're totally fine. I don't mind at all. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's all part of the family, right? So
Oh.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do YouTube videos, and so I'm just yeah.
Okay.
Handed him the Star Keeper card.
Okay. All right. So.
I
see
can't.
you.
Yeah. I can't let you keep it because part of the deck. But
Oh, okay.
it says Star Keeper.
Start keep. Okay.
Estrella.
Okay. Let's try it. Yep.
Cosmic ancestor.
So I just go to there. I can see you and.
Yeah, right. We connect that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And right now too, that's what I'm making the video about because it's so hot, right? The hot. There's that comet that just came, K2,
Uh-huh.
and then the corona mass ejections, the whole coronavirus, right? I'm gonna call it corona. That's the solar mass, right? The corona mass ejections, the solar flares. So then that lights up our DNA codes, the
Yeah.
star DNA. So we.
Wow. All right, have to go.
That's why it's
So,
getting hot in here.
Yeah, I see you back around here.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Stay
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we got
You have water?
Yeah, I got one.
Good.
All right, thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, my friend. Have a good day. Nice to see you. That was super cool. So, right, our familiars and our friends and ancestors come from all over. And so when we have familiar soul intertwining and engagement, I effing love that shit. So sometimes it's like, right? Like, but yeah, I'm so grateful, right? When that was really perfect timing, and that's an absolute ancient star ancestor that just walked up to me. So yeah, really, really cool. We're gonna read the Seas of Mintaka, because yeah, and then C2, let me just say, right, it's like I'm sitting here talking to you guys on YouTube, you know, freely about, right, cosmic energy and all this stuff. I was like, but when we just have a conversation with like a regular, right, which is, but right, it's like, so we kind of turn the key a little bit. We might say some things and we look cray and weird, and we're like, alrighty then, see you later. They're like, okay. Which he wasn't, but a lot of time it was some, right, because he also doesn't speak very much English, and I don't speak very well Spanish, even though I should, because mi familia is Espanol, many of them, and they've been trying to teach me forever. It's like I speak language of the heart and like many other like languages, but like when I try to speak another human language, oh my goodness, it just does not end well with this tongue. Well, the English one doesn't work so well with me either a lot of the time, honestly. I'm like, oh gosh, can't you just be telepathic? Can't you just come from the heart? And we're getting there though. Less words the better. These silver tongues do a lot of blunt force trauma. They chop things up and make them so confusing. Right. Or a Babylon. Babble, babble. Babble this, babble that. All the thoughts and feelings that get babbled. Alright. So clearing those waters. Again, yeah, seeing potential and bringing the unconscious to light. So that might not be so comfortable as things rise up from the abyss, from being buried, from being, right, covered up, etc. So again, have a little bit of love and respect for them too, because you don't need to be like, hey, like, don't be like that, because then you're like that too. Don't do that, okay? It's like, you know, sometimes it's gonna be, you know, you're gonna have a little victory chant inside. You're gonna have a little, it's like, that motherfucker, you know, it's like, what, you know, but don't take it to another level, another dimension, because then you may get stuck there. All right, Seas of Mintaka, and then I'm going into Get some colder water, because my water out here is kind of like sassafried. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. Alright. Also, know that we're aware, I'm aware, many of us are aware, we got doppelgangers, clones, copy kitty cats, and those that like to chap, or record certain things that we say, or take certain videos or pieces of us, like whether they're with us or they take it from our stuff here or there or whatever. They try to intertwine and then just kind of like a fishing man, hang out with the pole and the line there and the lure, right? Give you a couple one-liners, a few breadcrumbs or two. So, right, do what you do, bro. It's all covered up out of the waters anyhow. That's why it's like that reflection in the mirror is different than the natural reflection of what grows and then reflects off the waters and what's about to come up from the roots, from beyond the roots, right? And no roots, no fruit. And you can tell one by their fruit. What does that mean? What is fruit? Feelings, thoughts. A thought is an action. Especially when concubine with feelings and Mercury, potential, which we're about to read about. Meow. So yeah, anybody that is saying that they're taking money or anything, or that they're, or if you've gotten any, I haven't taken $1 or asked for one or what have you yet. So don't fall for you know, those that are not creating on their own. It's like we're all in the cosmic soup together, so there's a reality to that. And then, but when other people are like, you know, again, using energy and what have you to manipulate other sources, that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's like you're gonna get time out. That's all. It's like when a little kid misbehaves. It's like you're going to time out. You need to go to time out. It's not a negotiation, not non-negotiable. There ain't no discussion we're gonna have. There's no altering the time out and allowing time and space for processing. It's really quite simple of an equation. It's like respect it. Respect the growth of self and others. Okay. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. So clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. That sounds beautiful, huh? The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations, even the copycats. A lot of time we're all just monkeys in the jungle. It's like we all gotta copy each other, and it's like, oh, and then it's new and introduced, and it's like, oh, maybe I can do that too. And then sometimes we can, sometimes we can't, or sometimes we're just, right? It's for our entertainment, right? And then vice versa. We're for others' entertainment what they can't do, right? So allow the ball to be passed around a little bit. Allow movement, right? Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. Nice clear waters. Okay. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. And it does. What you're doing has great potential. You always have. So now we're allowing that little child inside of us to blossom. It's like, what do I like to do? Oh yeah, this game, like, what do you like to create? Do you like to write? Do you like to draw? Do you like to run, climb, walk, ride your bike, right? Everybody during, right, COVID got a little experience of being in, right, quarantine to remember who they are within, right? Let's see. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. It's totally Mercury's. Children of the light. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. Woo woo! Kind of beat for confirmation too, because we doing it. I don't know how, but we're gonna do it. That's like Jupiter coming into Saturn. I don't know how, but we're gonna do it. You get your pointer fingers and take them behind you. Like, I don't know how, but we're gonna do it and bring them over you. Bring the energy forward. I don't know how. I don't need to know what it is, but we're gonna do it. See how you feel. And then let the water flow. Transmutation nation. We vibrate as we go. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. Now they're honk. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. And that's what's most important too. I may be uncomfortable in this situation, but maybe I need to be here for somebody else to grow a little bit. Maybe, right, and vice versa. I'm absolutely going to grow by allowing myself to experience something, another color of the rainbow I haven't experienced. If I'm supposed to be in this now and present moment experiencing that. It's like if it feels like, ugh, then maybe you're supposed to be learning how to create a boundary. Okay. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. Woo woo! According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware. That's what we're allowing to come up. That's the divine masculine in us. It's like, it's going to be all right. It's the test. We're just allowing it to happen, right, Ma? It's like, it's coming no matter what. We just have to breathe and allow it to be. And that's how the divine masculine and feminine work together, right, in harmony. Allowing the child to rise up and not be afraid. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring light to any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously, so they don't appear in your life as fate, right? Let there be light. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day? Wow, wow, wow. That's a big one for starseeds. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you see the potential in a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? Right? So we no longer accept any illusions and let there be light on what needs to be seen so that it benefits all that are involved to the highest potential frequency. In harmony. Money, 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 money. Harmony, ebony. Remember that song? Ivory, working in perfect harmony. I just sang the tone all wrong, but. And there's 88 keys on a piano and 88 constellations, I think, in the Milky Way. And 8 and 8 is 16. And 1, you are the 1. And 6, 6, 6, the number of the beast. 5-pointed star with an extra sense. And then when we go back to the 1, right? 16 now equals 7. 1 and 6. 8 and 8, 16. 1, 6 is 7. 7 deadly sins that man carry with him. And we look to the opposite side and we find a virtue. So that we have, right? Look, man, no hands. 5 on each side. We got a 6th sense, and now we're allowing the cosmic heart and spirit to come inside. Whoop, whoop. And our child to rise and be safe, feel safe, know that they're safe, right? Your inner child, that's your divine sovereign right. So protect that. Right? And on the bullying, grab a bull by its horns. And you know that they put stuff in the bull's head to make them crazy to chase the red flag when they do that and stuff, right? Okay, Ultra. Messing with people's minds. But all one has to do to mess with somebody's mind is mix some lies and truth, right? Gossip and naysay. He said, she said, history and her story. Game of telephone. Tune in Tokyo. Now go home. Like Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, he didn't talk like that. Think in terms of frequency, sound, and vibration. Radio, not soap. Tune in Tokyo. Put a good song on. Dance your cares away. Go barefoot. Get in nature. That's all I got to say. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. I'm going to read this last one. And then I'm really going. 70. And we just counted. We just had 7. See, there's a reason why they're having me do one more. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Golden children, children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. And they need love. They need to know it's okay to love and not be lured by lust. And then that's all that they feel that they're worth, and then they want to kill themselves. It's like, okay, stop it now, bitches. Back, bitches. Like, contain yourselves. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Children, golden children, are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it early in life. Can you relate? Know who you are and that you're safe. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. They're often referred to as the new humans. Yeah, absolutely one of that motherfucker. I keep saying I ain't human. I ain't fucking human. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here, Toto? I mean, I know what I'm doing here, but it's like, yeah, my whole life. ET phone home. If you pull this card, it may be a sign that you're being called to mother, father, or nurture a child. And I would like to nurture mine physically here as well, thank you. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning. To treat yourself or the new beginning with sweet, tender love. That's what we're all birthing right now. To nurture and nourish it. To give it every chance to growth and reach adulthood. To encourage it, to water it. To see the world through the innocence of a child. To remember that deep down, everyone is trying their best. And if they're treated with a tender heart, remember from Care Bears? Care Bears stare. Lionheart. They'll not harden as they journey through this great adventure called life. And that's how we break. Again, if we harden, then the bow breaks. We have to be able to be more fluid, and that starts from within. So everyone has to do their part and start listening. It's really important. I mean, it really. It's like how do you act around your grandmother, or someone that was very an auntie, or right, an elder that did, or a mentor that means a lot to you. Like it's like you walk it with respect. It's like you have right, like that, because that's what's coming in. And they're watching us to see, right, how we're going to nurture our inner child. So if we're not able to do that, then we don't have any responsibility or entitlement or what have you to say that we can do that for somebody else, or we should be able to, or that's our right. It's like, wait, if we're not coming from that place of balance and love and wanting to, it's like, I may not agree with you, I may not like everything you do or that you like, but that doesn't mean I don't love you and that I can't respect and honor you and what you and who you are as a being, a divine being with every right to be here as much as everything else that's here. So if we come from that perspective, that's half the battle right there. Just giving a little bit, right? Give a little bit of love and respect to one another, whether elder, younger, animal, the water, right? Our in our own inner self that no one can see except for us that knows what's going on in the dark underneath. What we've actually been through, what we try to cover up, when we feel unsafe or embarrassed and uncomfortable or unsure, right? We don't know how to be human. Right? Everybody else knows how to do that, and I don't. If I do that, I'm gonna look stupid. It's okay. If we learn to laugh at ourselves a little bit, you know, we all look stupid sometimes, and then we all look fucking amazing sometimes, and we all make mistakes, and we all fucking nail goals and deserve to celebrate that shit, right? And then celebrate and relax. And R&R, right? R.I.P. So our pieces come back naturally to their own original frequency. And then, right, just like a phone or a computer or anything else, right? Clean up, defragment, reboot, download, upload. We're always in constant change of what we see, do, and are incorporating into our self in our daily night and day, our lives, right? Moments. What time and energy are you putting into your own time and energy? How can you treat yourself or others more tenderly? And on that note, I'm gonna let it float. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. One love. Peace out. Please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell, and share if you think anybody will enjoy this as well. And I will see you on the next adventure. Later.